Are you living your passion? What is your passion? Welcome to the Lux Life Discovered podcast, where we talk with people who are living a lifestyle that reflects their passion, because we believe everyone should enjoy living their best life, their Lux life.
Welcome to Lux Life Discovered. We are here today with Shannon. This is going to be probably one of the most fun podcasts I think we're going to be doing, and I'm excited. So we're glad to have Shannon Richard, my co-host, with me.
Thanks for having me
And
again.
then our guest today is Daniel Bodemhamer, and he is a professional skimboarder. And I'll tell you, before we get into talking with Daniel, how our paths crossed. We didn't realize this till later, but last June we were staying at Treasure Island, and my wife and I walked down to walking towards Schooners one day, walking down the beach, going that direction. And I saw this young guy skimboarding, and it's always amazing to me, first of all, because you run fast, you jump on this little board, you skim across the water. I would be like the poster child of what not to do.
Yes,
but
me too.
This guy was looking so great out there and so smooth. But before he went out, he would kick the sand on the front of his board. And I thought, why does he do that? Because I've never seen that before. So we walk on and we come back, and Daniel still, it turns out it's Daniel. So he's still out there. So I stopped and I said, hey, man, I don't mean to ask you a dumb question, but why do you kick sand on the front of the skimboard? He goes, well, it keeps the weight on the front. And it made sense.
Oh.
So fast forward to a few weeks ago, I saw a story on a account here following Panama City Beach, and it was talking about Daniel and everything. So I called him because I thought that would be someone neat to talk to, because totally out of my comfort zone by anything that I know. And so we were talking, and I said, I saw a guy on the beach last summer who kicked sand on the front of his board. And before he went out, he goes, yeah, it's to keep the weight on the front of the board. I'm like, oh my gosh, man, that was you. Yeah. So what he described was exactly what he told me last June. So who knew that our paths would cross?
That's awesome.
And that he would be our guest.
It's pretty ironic.
Yeah. And then also fellow Arkansan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So welcome. After that long intro, welcome.
No, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
So tell me your background, because just start with that.
Well, I'm originally from Arkansas. I moved to Panama City Beach, Florida in 2008. And that's when I picked up a skimboard that summer when I moved down here. And that's pretty much a wrap where it all started.
Right.
But I came from Arkansas, so shout out to all the fellow Arkansans out there.
Yeah.
Probably one of very many skimboarders from Arkansas that I know of.
And a professional at that.
Yeah, and to make it to that high level of standard is crazy to me.
All right, and if you don't mind, if you want to, tell me how, when you moved here, what took you to the beach? I mean, of course, the beach takes you to the beach. It's beautiful. But what was skimboarding was an outlet for you? Right,
yeah. I started skimboarding, and once I started, it was just a good getaway. It was a good getaway to get away from all the negative stuff going on in my life. It was an easy way just to find a way out, to hit the beach, to just let it all go and just to go slide around. I used to slide around a lot in my socks back in Arkansas when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like those little
just take
commercials.
it to the beach. Yeah, like risky business. Yeah. I know. We know that. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to do that when I was a kid. So when I found out I could do that on water here, it was like a whole new ballgame to me.
Yeah. So I
don't know anything about skimboarding. So
is
it a certain board size? Tell me that doesn't know anything about it.
Well, skimboarding, the best way to describe it, in my own opinion, would be, do you know what surfboarding is?
Yes.
Do you know what skateboarding is?
Yes.
Kind of put the two together on a small board, like a skateboard, and...
without wheels?
Yeah, without wheels, of course, just a flat bottom board, and then a flat top, of course, and then it's kind of got a volume like a surfboard, but it's kind of shaped like a skateboard.
And where do you skim?
So on the edge of the water, where it's nice and flat. And then if you want to take it to the next professional level is whenever there's waves involved in it.
Do you do the waves as well?
Yeah, like trying to catch the biggest wave or trying to do a big air off the wave, something cool like that.
And they'll do them where they hit the wave and flip the board and still land on it.
Yeah, tricks.
Wow.
Yeah, tricks, yeah.
Technical tricks.
And how big is a skimboard? Are they all the certain size?
No, there's different sizes for different ages, for different weights, for different heights, for all of that, measurements and all that scientific stuff, you know.
So, you see these little kids get on them and throw them on the beach and just jump on us like, what the heck?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If I did that, you'd have to call the ER.
Well, I know. Well, first of all, I couldn't run fast enough to get the speed going.
To catch your
It's like,
board.
come back, board. Yeah. So, and then if I got on it, I would be like planted in the sand. I need more water and support, when I fall.
Right. No, that's why I like skimboarding, is because when you fall, it's not like skateboarding where you fall on super hard concrete, you know.
That's a good point. I have to remember that. Yeah, it's not concrete. Just go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good. So you've obtained the professional level.
Yeah, I won a semi-professional contest here in Panama City Beach. It was back in 2018. And whenever you win a semi-professional contest, you're competing against all the really good amateurs of skimboarding, pretty much. All the good amateurs that show up to the contest, and they all enter semi-pro. They're all trying to become a professional. So we all get put in this really good amateur category known as semi-pro. And whoever ends up placing first place in that semi-pro ends up having the chance to obtain a check or money for the contest. So when you get first place and can obtain money, they kind of solidify you as a professional at that point, you know.
So how many semi-pro competitions are held, and where all are they held?
Well, there's multiple competitions held throughout all around the world. So there's some in Brazil, there's some in man, I'm having a brain fart right now.
That's all right.
Mexico, Brazil, the USA hosts at least 10 to 20 contests a year.
And one was here in Panama City Beach?
The next one is actually here in Panama City Beach, April 23rd and April 24th. There's going to be the Skim Jam that Shore Pound, Mr. Surfs, Zap, Exile, all of them are hosting the contest here, and they're all helping each other. And it's going to be a crazy event. We're trying to get as many professionals, we're trying to get as many amateurs, we're trying to get as many people as we can to come out to this contest and support it, so that we can continue to get skimboarding to grow as a light. Like, it's always been a light, a beacon for me. Whenever stuff gets bad, you can just go to the beach and get away from all the bad stuff. So if you're ever going through anything, just try and find that skimboard and try and find that light. And hopefully we can see you out here for the contest.
So go ahead.
Go ahead.
So when you won your title, where did you win your title?
I won the semi-pro contest here in Panama City Beach, and that was hosted by Mr. Surfs and Zap and Shore Pound.
When did we have that?
I want to say that was 2018.
Okay, so you've been holding on to that, and this is going to be this next one is going to be in April?
Yeah, it's going to be here in April, yes.
So what do you compete for at that time?
I'm going to be
a check.
Yeah, it'll be a paycheck. Yeah, you got it, bro. It'll be a paycheck. We're going to be competing against all the best pros in the world. If they all show up, they're all going to show up, because everyone's competing for the world championship right now to be ranked number 1. So it's kind of crazy.
Will they pick that winner here in Panama City Beach?
Well, I want to say there's 4 or 5 more contests after the one here. So we still have some more competing to do all around the U.S.
So once you win, you'll just travel to the next contest,
I want to say the next contest is in Virginia, and then the contest after that is in, I want to say it's either Dewey or OBX. Dewey is in Delaware, and then OBX would be in North Carolina. So those are the next coming up ones that are super duper important, those 3.
So do you practice? I mean, you have to, right?
I mean, I haven't been able to since I got these stitches in my hand, but before I did this 2 days ago, I've been running, I've been working on my cardio, I've been working out, I've been getting my toes wet and jumping on the board as much as I can,
So how many people are expected to participate in this on the 23rd and 24th of April?
Whew. That's what we're working on. We're trying to get as many people as we can. We want to make it well over 100 competitors.
Oh, wow. So
that'll be fun.
Yeah.
This episode of Lux Life Discovered is brought to you in part by Steiner Event Group. Steiner Event Group is a national event planner that produces results for their clients. They offer event and wedding planning on any scale, hosting bridal shows, scouting talented models, and producing riveting concept photo shoots to help their clients expand their brands, products, and services. Whether you're a business professional aiming to take your brand to the next level, planning a corporate or private event, a bride seeking to have the wedding of your dreams, or a model ready to be discovered, Steiner Event Group is ready for you.
So, okay, with the pro level, you've also talk about your sponsors you have. I mean, this is really,
sponsors.
yes. I mean, he is, yes.
Okay. So do you have a job or is this your job?
No, I work beach service as well.
Oh,
I'm a jet
okay.
ski instructor. We do the parasail, banana boat, chair rentals, all that
So you're
good
on the
stuff.
water all the time.
Yeah, it's in my blood.
Yeah.
Okay.
But because some of the names he mentioned earlier are all part of the skill. I've looked at some of the sponsors that he has, so I recognize the names, but you're probably thinking, I don't know what those names mean, but
sponsors are huge.
yeah,
To have
they
a
are.
sponsor is
well,
huge.
like the wakeboard. Well, go ahead and tell us. Yeah.
I'm sponsored by Exile Skimboards. They're the number one skimboarding company manufacturer in the world. And they also have one of the coolest teams they've put together is immaculate. And for me to be able to say I'm part of it is just mind-blowing to me still. It took 10 years of hard blood, sweat, and tears to get to this spot. But anything's achievable with hard work and effort.
And where are they based? Are they in California or?
San Clemente, California, I
Okay.
believe. That's where their headquarters is located. And shout out Hank, Steve. I love y'all. Y'all are awesome. Thank you guys for everything y'all have done for me. If y'all hear this.
And then your other sponsor is?
Water Boys. They're a surf shop based out of Pensacola. They have an indoor skate shop as well. So if y'all are in Pensacola and y'all want to go skateboarding, make sure y'all check out Water Boys and go to their indoor skate shop. It's sick. It'd be really fun. They got an indoor bowl that you can skate. They also got a surf shop in there. They do a lot of stuff in Pensacola. Shout out Sean Mullins. You're awesome. Appreciate you for everything. Welcome Rivers is another really cool sponsor. They hook it up with board shorts and apparel and stuff. That's Warren Smith.
And where are they based?
Warren Smith is out of California, and he's a local here in Panama City Beach. He's actually a professional surfer.
Oh, really?
So it's kind of it's cool to be raised up by legends like him. Of course.
Well, sure, yeah.
Mr.
Isn't
Surf
that
does a
interesting?
lot of stuff.
Yeah.
They do like autism surfs. They do the skimboarding. I mean, Mr. Surfs does a whole lot in our community.
Mr. Surfs is great. I love Tony. He's been a big part of my life since I went to Arnold High School. He would show up there, and he showed me a good bit of light when I was in Arnold, and it helped me. Some of it stuck with me a lot along the way. So I appreciate you, Tony, too, for that.
That's neat.
That
Mr.
is
Surfs
neat.
is great.
Yeah, he does a lot of great things.
He does do a lot of great things.
Yeah, he had mentioned some of these sponsors earlier, and if you didn't know, you would not catch that. But luckily, I'd done the research, and so it's just amazing that. Well, first of all, I didn't know there were pros in the skimboarding.
I didn't.
So that's been interesting to find out. And then to realize we have the connection from the beach that day, the Arkansas connection, and then to see that the level he is,
And to realize he was a pro that you were talking to.
Yeah, and then
That's
to
so
have the
cool.
sponsors that make this even more enjoyable and able to do it. So where all have you competed besides Panama City Beach?
All over the USA. I competed in California last year during the Oktoberfest, and then I've lived in California for a year and a half right when I graduated high school here. I graduated in 2015 from Arnold High School here. And then after I graduated, I moved up to California for about a year and a half. Okay. And I was backpacking it, as some people would call it, just being homeless, trying to figure out what life was about.
Really?
Oh my
goodness.
goodness.
It was crazy surreal, and it was a good time. And I learned a lot on that journey through that year and a half of living up there. But
Did you skimboard at that time too?
Oh, I was learning how to skimboard. I was learning how to surf, and that was one of my first big amateur contests that I won. I graduated in 2015. I moved to California to compete in the Oktoberfest in 2016, and I was an amateur at this time. And I ended up winning that amateur contest, first place coming from the Gulf Coast.
Wow.
And I won that contest in amateur in 2016.
That kind of gave you the boost to keep going, didn't it?
Oh, it lit a fuel on fire. Ain't been out since.
That's good. That's good. Now you were telling me, and again, whatever you want to talk about here, that you had a story to tell that you wanted to share with with skimboarding and people going through different things. Do you want to touch on that or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like I said, skimboarding's been a beacon of light for me. Whenever I was younger, my mom got diagnosed with a rare blood disorder, and it ended up developing to be cancer and stuff. And it took me through a bad path. But through skimboarding and finding the beach, it helped me find a light. So to anyone out there going through something, I just want y'all to know, just find that light, stick to it, and you'll get through it, and you'll be okay. So just everyone that can hear me, I love you. No matter who you are, what you are, you'll be okay, and everything's going to be all right. So just know that, just have faith and hold on tight, and everything will be okay.
Good deal.
Just finding an outlet.
Yeah, and how beneficial that outlet was. And then the community here is so huge in that. And see, that's
the thing, man.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. For us, we have our networking and all the things that we do, and you don't realize what networks are out there for people with interests like skimboarding. You know, it's like I would never have known about that whole community or anything. So that's huge. Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to get out there, and I want to check it out.
No, this is just the start. This is just the beginning, is what I tell myself every time something new and something that I seem unachievable, I achieve it, and it seems like new beginnings.
Yeah.
Look, check.
And like I said, I'm just getting
on.
started. Like I promise, I'm just getting started.
That's
I'm
awesome.
excited to see what you accomplish. And
Me
you've
too.
already accomplished so much. And, you know, if you didn't have the professional sponsors from across the country, I mean, you wouldn't have them if you weren't good, you know, that type thing. So
the proof is in the pudding.
Right.
You got to earn it.
Yeah. And that's you do some hard things.
My hand's kind of hurting. That's why I'm crying, everybody.
Yeah.
Nah, I got them
okay.
from I had a carabiner go through my hand. I was just learning a lesson. That's really all it was. I was just learning what not to do in certain situations.
Yeah.
Sometimes those lessons teach us a lot. We make sure we don't do them again.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, good. So you have a girlfriend, you said earlier.
I've fiance at this
Fiance,
point.
okay,
Wow.
good deal. So she's totally supportive and
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be in no half of the position I'm in if it wouldn't be for my beloved loved one Chandler.
yeah, that's great.
That
That's
is
great.
awesome.
Because support is huge. And especially when you travel, because, you know, this isn't something you can do just in any particular, I mean, like you can't pick, say, Dallas, let's go do a skimboarding competition. It has to be the beaches in different parts of the U.S. and the world that are
Well, see,
conducive
I
to
want to
this.
make that an outlet. I want to make that not a narrative. Like there's other skimboarders that are in foreign countries right now that are skimming just when it rains outside anywhere they can,
Seriously?
just on a wooden board.
Oh.
See, I didn't-
So we were thinking
okay.
beach.
Yeah,
we were
yeah,
thinking some kind
exactly.
of water.
I mean, that's what you would relatively think. Yes,
Right.
just
Right.
you need that beach or a wave or water, but there is urban skimboarding, and it's like you can skimboard anywhere and everywhere as long as you put the water there and.
Okay.
You kind of
See, I learned
got to
something.
kind of find the spots for it. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of like a hunt. It's like you got to find that spot to skim, kind of like skateboarding, where you would have to find that spot to skateboard.
So let me correct myself.
Yes, that's
We could have skimboarding competition anywhere we can have water.
Yeah, so like you could make a slip and slide and put like a little box and a little ramp and skimboard up the ramp and the slides. Like, you know, there's a million creative ways that you could.
That's interesting. I didn't
work with it.
Yeah.
that's
okay.
so cool.
See, I learned something else today, so I didn't know that.
I didn't know that for the longest time too, and then I see it on the internet nowadays, and
Yeah.
it's just like, wow, people are getting really creative, and like there is no limit to this. There is no boundaries. Like it's crazy.
So it's urban skimboarding is when you don't have actual.
That's what we kind of call it. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
We call
we'll
it
have to
urban.
That
Google
makes sense.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Or you need to trademark that name. Yeah. So, of the people that you've met that compete, what has impressed you the most?
Oh man, that's a hard one. They're starting to do kick flips on skimboards,
All right, now tell us what that is.
where you jump up on the board and you make it spin underneath your feet, but like vertical, not sideways.
Oh, really? End to end?
Yeah, so end to end.
Oh
And
my gosh.
that is hard.
I can't
I'm not
even
gonna
imagine,
lie.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Can you do it?
I cannot. It's something that I don't want to speak on too much, but we're practicing.
But it's
working
cool,
on it.
right?
It's very, very hard and it's very complex because on a skimboard, the rails are razor sharp. So whenever you go to kick that board and it spins underneath you, like up and down ways, skimboards are kind of long,
right,
and they're kind of lengthy.
Right.
So imagine trying to flip that board underneath you in like a huge circular dimension. Like you got to jump really high. You got to kick it the right way. And then you also got to watch out for your shins because you don't want to kick that board straight into your...
Yeah.
Golly.
Because it's like a razor.
So when you do that trick, it's either looks great or it's painful.
Yes. And then you got guys out here that are skimboarding 100-foot waves. They're putting their lives in the craziest standard of danger. And they are surfing...
I was going to say that's more like
they're surfing the biggest waves possible
with their little skimboard.
And it's the most scary, jaw-dropping thing you ever see because there's no fins, there's no control. It is literally that whoever is on that wave on that skimboard, it's all them holding on for dear life.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And imagine just sliding down like Mount Everest.
Right, that's how it would probably be on if you're on a 100-foot wave.
That's unreal.
They're pushing limits. Like there's no limits. It's crazy.
I'm just kind of like I don't even know what to say because this is all interesting to me because it's
a lot of people don't know. About it.
Right.
Well, that's the thing about it too. Yeah.
And I hate that about it. Like that's one thing I just don't like about it. Like there's no promotion. There's no like corporations, there's no bigger organizations that are trying to like support this little light.
Yeah.
And it's the community.
Well, we're making the first step in that.
Exactly. I can't thank you guys enough for having me on this and for letting me tell my story and being here today. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
So
we
much.
can't wait to watch what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. Speaking of that, then, is any of the competitions televised, like on any streaming channel or anything like that?
There's the Skim USA, which is the organization that hosts these contests that make all of it happen. Shout out to Skim USA and the UST Tour and all of you guys. Whoever you guys are awesome. But they are starting to do this live heats organization where it's like you can actually see the judging score during the contest. But visually, it's not televised. It's not promoted by any $1 million or $1 billion corporations. It's not latched onto anything. It's literally just a community that supports it, and that's it. The community upholds all of it. If the community wasn't here, if we all quit, there wouldn't be a skimboarding, literally.
Okay, so I was trying to think how we can, or are you going to have television stations come out? Have y'all approached local television stations to come out and cover this?
I mean, the news will come and cover it in an article, but I mean, you read the paper and it gets dissolved.
Yeah. I was trying to think if we get the television stations out there. I mean, it's beach news,
yeah,
you know?
It is. It's beach news. It's an event. It's an organization and a community coming together and making a competition happen.
Well, see, I think they may be like me, never understood that there's really like a professional level, professional sponsors, and all the different entities that go into it.
Yeah. It's a lot. It takes a lot, but I feel like the more we just try and push the growth of it, the more it'll come.
Right. That's true. Yeah.
Are there groups, are there clubs that do this? Are you a part of a group that does it every day, or do you do it on your own?
It's kind of funny because in skimboarding, once you start skimboarding, it's like all you do is try and find other friends that skimboard. So then you can just find other friends to just go to the beach with and just do what you love and just get away, you know? So it's like once you find a couple friends, that's really it. Like it's just me and a couple friends just skimboarding on the beach. That's at the end of the day, that's all it is.
This episode of Lux Life Discovered is brought to you in part by Orville's Men's Store. Thank you, Orville's Men's Store, for supplying the men's clothing for today's podcast. For the absolute best in casual and dress wear for men, visit orvillesms.com. That's ORVILLESMS.com.
So, okay, age range of people here that you skimboarded with? What would you say that?
From 2 years old to 60.
Really?
I skim with anyone and everyone, yeah. Of Warren, he's 40 years old. Dylan, he's 19, just turned 18 or 19. Trevor, he just turned 24. Have
you seen 2-year-olds out on there before?
I've taught 2-year-olds. I do a skimboarding camp where it's like I teach people actually how to skimboard so we can continue this growth, so we can continue this light.
Oh, how do they find out if they want to learn?
Through my Instagram, I literally just self-promote everything. Like if you guys want to skimboard, I'll teach you how to skim. Just come on. Just come on down and I'll teach you. It's all it is.
Because you'd think all these people that are here on vacation for sure that's something neat and interesting for their kids to try.
It's a getaway, come drop your kids off with me, baby. I'll babysit them while y'all go get a martini or something. Y'all are on vacation.
So
that would be awesome.
With your rental company that you work with, the beach service company, do you offer a skimboard option with that? Or this is done after that's over?
Yeah, this is after hours.
Yeah.
This is my own personal pleasure, just to continue the growth, honestly, because like if I didn't do it, there'd be not that many other people that would, man.
All right. Well, we'll have an Instagram link or link on the podcast and everything for your Instagram too, so we can connect people with you there as well.
Yeah.
So,
like I said, I want to teach anyone and everyone. If you have any questions or any concerns or want to know something, reach out to me, contact me. I always direct message back. I've always been friendly. I'm not.
Yeah.
You're not hard to talk to.
Yeah, I'm not a hard book to read, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Daniel, the reason I started this podcast initially was because of all the talent that I'd met along the Gulf Coast, the interesting individuals, the stories, the history of the area, the unique, just the people that have come here that make this such a unique area. And I think his podcast is worth everything I've done for it. So I appreciate you being here.
Yeah, man, it's all part of the grind. We gotta, if you don't have faith in something, no one else will.
True. And if
so
you don't believe in yourself, no one else will either.
That as well. And I've now that I'm getting older, that one's so much calm.
Wait. You're how old?
I'm 24. I'll be 25 in July.
He's saying
just wait till you
older.
get older. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
That's why I need to learn these things young, though, so I can.
No, you're right. Yeah, no, I'm joking because I remember when I think I've said this before on the podcast. We had this high school reunion in our hometown, and this guy came in from Memphis, and we were all at the pool one night, and he's like, yeah, he said, Dad's here for his 40th reunion or high school reunion, 20th year reunion. I said, well, how old is your dad? He said 40. And I'm thinking, I was 10 at the time, and I'm thinking, wow, his life is over.
He's 40.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, well, wow, man, his life is gone. And now I'm 62, and it's like, 90's looking pretty good, so it's all relative to where you are. So, yeah. But I remember when I hit 40, I thought, gosh, I remember thinking you were gone at 40, life was over. So, but I think life lessons, they teach us more than anything in books can tell us. And so you've experienced some tough life lessons already at 24 and you've handled it well. You found a good outlet, and you're doing well with it. So we wish you the absolute best in everything you do. Anything we can do to help you or promote you, we're going to do it. So
I appreciate that, man. This is all an ironic blessing under the table.
Yeah. So April 23rd, 24th, and it will be at
it'll be at Rick Seltzer's, right in front of Mr. Surf's, right in front of Finn's. So if y'all want to come out to Finn's and get you some breakfast, get you some good juice or some good coffee at the Batista Bar.
That's on Thomas Drive.
Yes, sir, right on Thomas Drive. It'll be there the morning of the 23rd, the morning of the 24th. We're gonna have all the professional skimboarders from all around the USA. There's even gonna be some professional skimboarders from Mexico. So y'all come out and make sure you come out and see them because they are crazy good. They are crazy good. They'll do flips on a skimboard. If you ain't never seen one of those, you might want to come watch.
Like hit the wave, do a flip, and come back and land on it?
Yes. It is insane. They are so good.
I can't even run. Much less do a flip on the board. That would be a total disaster. I would be in like full traction, I think.
Yeah, me too.
So
it's going to be
that's
a show.
weird. I've never seen that before. That's crazy. Yeah.
It's gonna be a wild show. I pray that we get the best waves possible for the contest, but we will.
Right. That brings up a good point. It's all relative to what you do, because he's praying for good waves. That means a lot of wind and everything.
Yes.
I'm an event planner, so I had an event yesterday, and I was praying for no wind, no rain. So it's all relative to what you're doing.
That's right.
So, but again, thank you so much for being here, man. It's great to reconnect with you. And
yes, I appreciate you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Shannon, any final words
No,
from
I'm
you?
just super excited to come out and see it.
Yeah, and I'm just always like in awe. And this has been such a great visit with you. So yeah, so I've learned more about this topic than I ever thought I would know, and or even didn't even know what to ask. But thanks for sharing and enlightening us as well.
Everyone come out and watch April 23rd and 24th. It is going to be a show.
Okay.
All right, guys. Make sure you come out April 23rd, 24th. We're across from Mr. Surf's on Thomas Drive, and watch these skimboarders. I mean, what a neat opportunity to go and see what's actually going on here in your backyard. So that concludes our episode. Thanks, Shannon, for being with us. Thank you, Daniel, for being our guest today. And we look forward to seeing you soon on Lux Life Discovered.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode and want to support our show, leave us a review. That's the #1 way to help this show reach others just like you. Join us next time for another Lux Life Discovered.